So today we're going to be looking at the most recent LEGO set that I've picked up and the strange history behind it. Please leave a quick like so I can support my LEGO spending habits. I've heard that when you press the like button it sparkles, so you should totally try it out. So this is set 6278 Enchanted Island from the classic Pirates theme. It was originally released in 1994, but the version I have was re-released under the same name in 2001. LEGO clearly thought highly of this set. The only way that I could tell which version I have is by looking at the instructions, which were some reason changed from having this all-encompassing colourful cloud background to a dull and drab grey border around it in the later version. It's quite hard to find information on which sets were re-released around this time and why, but it's quite common knowledge that the Black Seas Barracuda and Fort Legoredo were two other large sets that were re-released around this time. The Enchanted Island is the largest set of the 1994 Islanders sub-theme and is stated to include 393 parts on Bricklink, although on Brickset, the original and the reissue have 428 and 419 parts respectively. Frustratingly, I saw this and I thought there was a mystery to solve, so spent ages trying to work out what the 9 missing parts were. It turns out they are the same number in each set, so that was a waste of time. This set depicts a refuge deep in the island's jungles, where a river flows through the dense undergrowth. But as a dishevelled Captain Redbeard keeps watch at the bow, he sees a large rock statue of an ancient god emerge from beneath the brush, and he begins to realise that the two pirates aren't alone. The islanders jump out from between the vines and grab one of the pirates, bringing him up to the bridge that connects two canopy lookout points. A group of the islanders dangle him over the edge as they watch the waiting jaws of a river crocodile smile with delight. Redbeard tries to make his escape, but an islander's canoe follows close behind. Now, it's amazing that all these stories, and loads more, including this secret jail area that I didn't even know about, that uses a really clever building technique to achieve stone bars, can be told with just under 400 pieces. The main reason, of course, is the inclusion of two massive 32 by 32 base plates, one raised and one flat. Now, the latter, the flat one, is exclusive to this set, with the raised plate appearing in one other Pirates set, 1997's Pirates Perilous Pitfall. These two pieces allowed for the rest to be spread out enough to give the set a somewhat false sense of grandeur. Equally, the large cloth sails managed to obscure some of the gaps in the set when the boats are sitting along the river. I confess that I have managed to get slightly lost in my nostalgia goggles with this set. The reds pop brilliantly amongst the green foliage, and the brick-built statue is so good that LEGO is still referencing it over 20 years later. I just find that it really encapsulates a lot of what I love about LEGO from the 90s. Something that hasn't stood the test of time quite as well, this is Will's weekly nitpick, are these minifigures. The Enchanted Island comes with 7 minifigures, 5 of which are the titular islanders. These figures were based on Polynesians, those who are native to the Polynesian islands in the Pacific Ocean. The Polynesian group that you've most likely heard of are the Maori, who settled in New Zealand around 1250 AD. Now, Polynesians historically didn't have writing in their culture, so they used distinct and personal tattoos to express identity and personality. Snap back to the LEGO depiction of these people, and you have this. What a lazy depiction of the culture. This red and white face design is most likely based off face painting from Papua New Guinea, which is a far cry from Polynesian appearances. Looking back, I shouldn't really be surprised. There was a disregard for cultures around the majority of media from this time, but with the set being reissued in 2001, LEGO had close to a decade to reflect on those depictions and put them right. And worse, these islanders featured in the video game LEGO Battles, which was released in 2008, so they had loads of time to sort this out. It took LEGO a further 5 years to correct this mistake with the release of Collectible Minifigures Series 11. This series featured a figure called Island Warrior, a direct reference to these original Islander figures. This time the figure sports a tiki head, which is a Polynesian traditional carving. However, beneath the large face are some excellent and intricate tattoo designs showing off the Polynesian heritage of the character. This also tells us that the original islanders were meant to be Polynesians, as the figure has the same grass skirt design and identical hairpiece, albeit with a slightly different bone design. Although, interestingly, I didn't find any images of Polynesians with bones intertwined in their hair. If anyone can shed some light on this, please do let me know in the comments. It might have been something that LEGO invented, I'm not quite sure. we'd have to wait another 4 years to get the best representation of Polynesian tattoos with 2017's Maui figure from the Moana sets. Hopefully you haven't been put off by this small dissection of LEGO's representation of culture or my earlier use of the word titular, especially in the presence of a certain minifigure from this set. If you enjoyed having a quick look back at this gorgeous vintage set, then perhaps check out my other videos, leave a like, as I said earlier, and I will see you around, gang.